internet has been bad everywhere. I don't really think that, I guess some of the geomagnetic activity could be causing some of it, but I don't think so. It could be a little bit of the issue, but I'm really not really sure what's going on as far as that. We had it last night too, if you guys remember. I think me and Tommy are going to get together tomorrow. He's working today. He ended up having to work today because of the holiday, I think. That's kind of my guess anyway. But I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a show here because we got stuff going on. So we will, So we'll roll like that, right? This shouldn't really be all that long. But I do have to go old school with it because of the internet issue. So I'm going to have to pull things up individually. So hi to everybody in there. Thanks to all my mods and everybody that's here. Somebody give me a 5 for 5 if you would. That way I know I'm not talking to the wall. Before I get going. And then I'll keep going here. What's up, Angelo? Holding it down in the Bronx, baby. Hold it down in the Bronx. What's up, Verte? Good to see you, brother. Hey, Gina. Dr. Jellyfingers, what's happening? Okay, cool. All right, guys. Probably nobody's reported on this one yet. Now, we'll get more into the sunspot thing going on right now, but I want to reiterate what's going on with these. All that is it's eclipse season for GOES satellite, okay? It's being eclipsed. It can't collect data, so that's why it drops out every day about the same time. You'll see it start moving a little bit in time as we keep going forward and forward. It'll bounce around a little bit, and then eventually it'll just quit doing it. So that's just what that is. I just wanted to reiterate that. But this one here just happened a few hours ago. That almost was an M-class flare, but it didn't look like there was hardly any kind of eruption with it. It was almost all X-ray, which is, and coming from the sunspot that it came from, is actually kind of surprising. I really thought there would be at least a bigger, some sort of a pop with that, and there wasn't. Not that I could see. But, I could be wrong. If somebody else sees it, I'm sure I'll get corrected, and thankfully so. But you can see here, guys, we've had some flaring, but some of the, one of the bigger pops I showed you guys yesterday, there wasn't even a sunspot there. It was just an active area. And it came from the north, which was even kind of strange too, because the more complex sunspots are on the southern part of the sun right now. So you would expect them to come from there, and they're not. So what do you do? But anyway, you can see how we actually almost got into geomagnetic storm levels. Hey Tom, what's up, brother? ACW. But you can see right here, almost in the storm level. Twice. That was unexpected. At least this one was. Now, we did get tapped with a little bit of a CME that was coming at us, a little bit of a pop, and solar, a coronal hole stream that we're in right now. We're kind of backing off of it right now. You can kind of see that here, but we do expect some activity here in the next few days, just so everybody understands that. Is it going to be big time? No, I don't think it's going to be big time stuff. Do I think we're going to get into geomagnetic storm levels? Probably low level. If I had to put money on it, that's what I would say. Maybe a G1, high-end G2, maybe. That's really kind of stretching it. And that's probably even closer up towards high latitudes, toward the poles. So, but as we, like I said, guys, here on the sun, this is where the flare came from, but the bigger pops are coming from up here. The CME action. You guys seen the filament release there in my intro. That, if you look at the sun, the visible light, look, there's not even anything here. You got this one over here, yeah, and that's where that filament released off of. But down here, this one here is really the most complex and put together sunspot area that we have. This is where that bigger flare came from, but there wasn't any kind of ejection with it. But you would expect the bigger ones to come from down here right now. But they're not. Until that flare happened, obviously. So we'll play this absorption time lapse, and you'll see the flare here. There's a small one, but I think what's going on, guys, you see that right there? That's the bigger part of the flare. Look where it hit. Okay, so some of these X-rays and some of this radiation could have, and all the other things, the electrons and everything else that get flooded, it could have an effect on our internet over here right now. It definitely could be. It could be hanging around a little bit, because it did hit us, I mean, right smack in the middle of the day. So, you can see that, right? I mean, it's not hard to see. But it didn't hang around long. You see how we kind of absorbed it and just went on? And nothing else. And a little bit of another little flare there. But, yeah, I mean, yeah, we can see some issues with this sometimes. But typically, it really shouldn't be happening right this second. You would think that most of these issues would have been already taken care of. But, so I don't think it's all sun related is what I'm trying to say. So, that's what I would say to that. Now, let me pull up the next thing here. Where do we want? You guys want to go look at? Let's go look at Discover. Sorry I have to do it this way. I don't have any other choice with the internet sucking like it is right now. You can see where we got tapped right here. Okay, and that's is what it is. We're kind of a little fluctuating here. The BZ is kind of hanging kind of in the middle, which is going to keep us out of storm level if it does do that. If it continues to be like that, unless our BZ gets, kind of tilted down or to the right angle, we're not going to, we won't get into storm level most likely until we get hit with these CMEs that are coming. So, let's go here. Where else? We're going to go? Okay, we'll go here next. Sorry. Again, I hate to keep apologizing, but I feel bad when I do this because it does take a little bit longer to get through stuff, and I already have an issue with being long-winded. So we'll go ahead and fire this Magnetosphere models up real quick. So what you guys are looking at here, this is velocity, speed, kilometers per second. Sun's off to the left. This is a top-down view, which is why you have dawn and dusk here. And this is a side cut. That's why you have north-south. All right? Remember, we talk about perspective here a lot because it's important. You need to know what direction you're looking at and what you're looking at. So you can see that happening right there. Yeah. So there's that. Now, as we got this going on, not much going on there, guys. It's just not really a whole lot as far as right now. And that's why I wanted to come to you guys now. Now, we do have some, magnetic pressure hanging around the planet. And that's just going to be what it is. I'll be done in just a second. And then, let's see here. Let's go to Siege real quick. Now, you're going to see all the eruptions right here. Okay? See all of them? They're all popping out everywhere. And here on the end, you see that other flare that pops. So, these are all coming at us for the majority of it. All right? Yeah. That's why they're behind the disk. We can't see them. So, they're not going off the backside. I can tell you that very, very confidently. Some of them, there might have been a small pop or something that went that direction, but nothing that I've seen. Now, this is stereo A. Remember, this is our side view. Stereo A would be here. Earth would be over here. Okay? So, if you're looking at it like that, you can see where this stuff is right latitudinal. Latitudinal. Oh, my goodness. Toodles. Anyway, yeah, so you get that firing off right there. Is what it is. It's coming right at us, guys. I don't see it missing us. This one down here, you can kind of see that one firing that direction. That one, I didn't really see that one on Lasco C2, on the Soho, the one I just showed you guys over here. I didn't see that one. Could be going off the backside, and most likely is. So that, I guess it could be like this one over here, but I think that the initial eruptions I was showing you guys is definitely where it's going to be at, So let's where where else do we want to go? One more thing here I'll do. Well, we'll take a look at the Schumann real quick. Not much to see, but look, check it out. There is a little uptick right here. You can definitely see it happening right now, but this is in Russia. Remember that. Is this global? It could be from this flare. Could be actually influencing this right now. But this is on the dark side of the planet right now. So that would have to, be a wraparound type of situation there for that to affect that. Now, when we're talking about the Schumann, a lot of what gets reported here is really, weather here on the planet. A lot of it. Okay? That's what influences these things probably the most, I would think. But we do have stuff coming from the sun that does influence these things. So, anyhow. Now, let's discover CME. See the CME tracker? It's still showing that same one I showed you guys last night. So there's no sense in even showing you guys that one. I do want to show you ISFA real quick because this is where you're going to see the majority of the flare and of the CMEs that were popping off the sun. Sorry, we got to wait for this stupid thing to load. We'll talk about the earth. I tell you what, while that thing's loading up, we'll go over to USGS and look at the earthquakes. I'll back that back off then. You guys know we had a pretty big one down here last night, and it did. Unfortunately, there were some people that lost their lives, and that's why like I said, guys, this is one of the things I hate even talking about because of this reason. You can see right up off the bat, anytime these things hit right in the middle, yeah, I just don't like it. But again, it ended up it came in at a 7.4, but then they back it down every time to a 7. So that's where it was. Not that far always, but that's what they ended up coming in with as far as from what I've seen. And honestly, if I have to be honest here, guys, this could have been a lot worse. And why I'm saying that is, if you look over here at the population of the people that it affected, you start talking about like low-level shaking. That's when it got into the high amounts of people. Okay? So, luckily, the mass-populated areas were far enough away from the epicenter that it really didn't, we've seen some, I'm sure you guys seen some of the videos. If you guys just Google it, you'll see power flashes and stuff from Mexico City. Okay? But Mexico City is right here. Earthquake was over here, so it was off on the horizon, on the out in the distance where you were seeing the power flashes. Now we all know Acapulco is a very highly tourist area, so my guess is it hit right there. I mean, right there's Acapulco, guys. So I haven't really seen any kind of security cams or anything like that. I'm sure they're out there. I really haven't looked, just to be honest with you. Sometimes, guys, I can't get myself to look at that stuff because somebody's dying in them things, and I hate that. It just really bothers me. I know I sound like a wuss, but man, I just hate that. But anyway, so there's your earthquake. There was a couple other sizable ones out here. Actually, they're longer than 24 hours now. Down here in Tonga, there was one that was like a 6. And I know everybody's talking about this one up here that got pulled off. It was a 6.5. I have no idea why that got posted and why they pulled it back off. I have no idea. So your guess is as good as mine. I don't even know what to say when talking about that. There's just nothing I can say because I don't know anything for sure. And I have to say that most people aren't going to know for sure. There's just no way to know. We can speculate all we want, but that is what it is. So, let's go back here to ISFA. Things should be loaded up. So, we'll look at this one real quick. You can, right here, you'll see the bigger of the eruption. You see how it rippled through? That's one of those solar tsunami situations where a lot of that energy was on the surface and it rippled out. You can definitely see that there. but you can definitely see right here. This is very photogenic on the 304. Really no other way to put that. You know, it did flick out. And it is coming at us, some of it anyway. So, that is what it is. I really don't have much else for you guys. Not right now. If anything else happens, I will definitely be back to show you. That it'll be later on this evening if that happens. I'm not really sure. Like I said, guys, sorry I had to restart the stream, but internet connection sucks everywhere right now. So, we'll look at this flare real quick. Down here, this is where the flare happened. Right there. There's the bigger one there. And then watch down here. That right there, that was the flare. And again, guys, we'll be able to see it better right here. This is the 304. It happened back here on this. This is a rather complex sunspot area, I will say. Do you see that? Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pause it, and we'll grab it, and we'll take a look at it here. We're going to see that typical X pattern that we always see. Now, it does not make it an X flare, okay? What makes it an X flare would be the power of it, not the shape, okay? Just so you understand. So I used to think the same thing. For those that think that right now, it's not what it is, okay? So you see this X pattern, is that how this imaging picks it up? That's why. That's why a lot of people think it's an X flare, because, you know, and I don't blame them. I mean, I did too. So you got that right there. But so yeah, guys, I am going to go ahead and cut it here. Just want to come on, give you a quick update on what's going on. I may pop back on later on. I don't know that I will, but I'm not going to say I'm not. Just depends if something else happens. Tomorrow I will be trying to do a live stream with Tommy, probably, most likely, because I think he's off tomorrow. So, guys, please come on back and, yeah. Wonder what CMEs do to the RFID chips. Probably not a whole lot of nothing. I wouldn't think. If it's going to do something to those chips, it's going to do something to your body. And that would take a very, very strong, yeah. Yeah, for real, Dr. Jelly, yeah. I mean, and guys, we have to understand that these things are in a cyclical thing. They are in cycles. They will happen. Bigger ones will eventually happen. Now, I don't know where we're at in time. Nobody knows, really. I mean, we can kind of guess. And yeah, I think we are up the bat for something a little bit bigger coming. I think that's why everybody's kind of talking about this quite a bit. And our communication is like instantaneous now. So that's a big deal, guys. You know, people say that, you know, none of this stuff happened in the past. Well, yeah, it did. It's just now we can talk about it. So, yeah. JPL is showing, 3 comments. Yeah, probably coming in today or tomorrow. Yeah, I'll check that out, Sig. Thanks, man. I guess we could go, well, I'll just do that next time, guys. So, sorry about the kind of haphazard way I had to do this because of the internet, but we're going to go on and do this. And I tell you what, guys, we will get back at you tomorrow at the very least, if not sooner. So, God bless. Yahusha saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.